What's up? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to talk about one of the most important days in hip hop history, in my opinion. So today we are going to talk about 616 in LA, Family Matters, and Meet the Grams. So the 1 year later videos, because I said I would do videos on all these songs that encompass this battle, like 1 year later videos. So in this video, I'm gonna do the same thing as I did with the Euphoria video. It's just gonna be a lot longer because I'm breaking down 3 songs here, right? I'm gonna give you guys the stories about how I heard these songs, and then I'm going to break them down and tell you what I still think of them. So, yeah. So first, I'll start off with 16 in LA, or 616 in LA. Bruh. So Euphoria came out 2 days earlier, and I'm like, okay, because after me and my best friend Evan Evan had finished talking and breaking down Euphoria, we're like, when do you think Drake's gonna drop? And I'm like, it's gonna be quick, so let's talk the next day, right? And we were both, and Drake didn't drop, Kendrick dropped again, but it made sense because Drake dropped twice, once with push-ups and then once with tailor-made freestyle. So Kendrick did a back-to-back on Drake, like Drake did a back-to-back on Kendrick, right? So we both hear the song in the morning, me and my friend Evan, and we're like, oh, Kendrick just back-to-back Drake, right? And you could tell this was like the second warning shot, right, to Drake, like, don't play with me, Drake, don't bring up my family, right, or else you'll regret it, right, and we were like, when's Drake gonna drop? We all know Drake can be a little petty sometimes, right? We love Drake, but we all know that, dude, right? Drake is one of the GOATs, like Kendrick is one of the GOATs, right? But we all know Drake can be a little petty. So we're like, when's Drake gonna drop? Because Kendrick just went back to back on him. And then it turns out, and what do I think of the song? Well, the 616 in LA song, I think it's great, but I also think it was just a warning shot. And Kendrick being like, Lord, I'm sorry for going to war with this guy. Right? That's what I think 616 in LA was. And then Drake, so I'll let you guys in on, and then I broke it down with my friend Evan LeBlanc. Shout out to my friend Evan LeBlanc, the best cancer researcher in Canada. Let's go, or he's gonna become that. Mark my words. Shout out to my friend Evan LeBlanc. So I break that song down with Evan LeBlanc, and he's like, dude, because my best friend Evan was, you guys remember how I went to Montreal to see my best friend Evan last year? That's because he's like one of the smartest, or the smartest person I know. And he was doing a work experience program, like a work experience program, a cancer research program in Montreal. So he was going back to see his family that week. And we're like, okay, if anything else happens this weekend, because we both had a feeling, we're like, it's really going to kick into high gear. If anything happens next weekend, we talk as soon as I get back. Right? So Saturday comes around. I look in the morning. I'm like, there's nothing yet, right? And then it turns out that myself, my dad, my mom, and some family friends all went to a country concert. That was a great concert. So we all get back to the concert, and my mom's like, "Go to bed, Noah," because it turns out it was also Orthodox Easter that weekend as well. Right? So my mom's like, "Go to bed," because we have a lot of stuff to do tomorrow, right? And how I wind down to go to bed is I look through YouTube and look through things like that to see if I missed anything, right? So I'm looking through YouTube, and I'm like, oh shit, Drake dropped. So I click on the video, and then I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta do a video, right? And oh fuck in a good way. I said oh fuck in a good way, right? I gotta do a video. And then, so Drake, I hear Family Matters for the first time. I'm like, it's still like, he's going Thanos versus the Avengers. And I'm like, I wish he would just focus on Kendrick. And then, because Kendrick just went back to back on him, right? And then I'm like, and then the third beat switch happens. And I'm like, the third beat switch of Family Matters is the best. But two best parts of Family Matters, in my opinion, like Family Matters, if it was anybody else but Kendrick Lamar, I think Drake would have won. Right? I think Drake's like biggest mistake and biggest flaw in the battle is Drake. He, in all of his diss songs, he didn't single Kendrick Lamar. He took on everybody, right? Which I get it for push-ups, right? But I think if he would have he would have just focused on Kendrick in Family Matters, then I'm not gonna say he would have won the battle, but I'm gonna say he would have had stronger ground, right? But then we'll talk about Kendrick's move in a minute. So the hardest part of that song is the third beat switch. And the hardest line in that song is, Kendrick just opened his mouth. Somebody hand Kendrick a Grammy right now. Right? That line is still hard. That line is hard. And the funniest line in Family Matters, because Drake has really funny lines when he's trying to diss people, right? So he did it with push-ups where he's like, Metro, shut your whole ass up and make some drums, right? And this one it was, tell my boy Abel to go, right? I found that really funny, and you guys know how much I love The Weeknd, right? The Weeknd's like one of my favorite artists, right? All of these guys are one of my favorite artists. Kendrick, Drake, Abel, right? All of these guys are my favorite artists, right? So I'm like, okay, what's he gonna do? Because I was waiting for him to really go at Kendrick. Because he's like, the only thing that I really caught that he was going at Kendrick before the third beat switch was, you brought up my seed, now you gotta deal with his dad, right? Yeah. I also don't think it was a good idea for Drake's mom, who has no association with hip hop, to get on the, at the beginning of a song, tell Kendrick that you shouldn't use that word, the N-word, right? And I don't think that was a good idea either. But other than that, like, Drake's performance throughout Family Matters was great. But the best part of that song, to me, personally, is, because you guys know I rap, is the third beat switch. And I'm like, oh shit, he's really pulling it out. Like he's going at Dave Free, he's going at Drake's wife. Oh, he shouldn't do that. This is Kendrick Lamar. But if this is true, like Kendrick's finished, right? I will never underestimate Kendrick again. Right? For what happens today and tomorrow. Or on this day last year, today, and tomorrow. We'll get to tomorrow. But, bruh. I'm like, oh shit, this better be real, because if it's not, Drake's gonna get it. Drake just unleashed a big nuclear bomb on Kendrick. And I'm like, oh, so I finished listening to the song. I do a video, because usually what would happen after this is I would break down, as I told you, I would break down the song that just came out with my friend Evan. My friend Evan was literally on a plane going to Vancouver to visit his family. So I'm like, and we said we would talk as soon as he gets back. So I'm like, okay, I'm not talking to Evan until later. Like, it's good because it will give me a week to collect my thoughts. But I'm like, I'm going to do a video for you guys. So, like, at midnight, I do the video for you guys, breaking down Family Matters. And then I'm like, we'll see what Kendrick does. And then, while I was recording that video, Meet the Grams drops. And as soon as you hear the Dear Adonis, I'm like, oh shit, we're going there. Oh shit, we're going there. Because Drake went there in Family Matters, right? And you guys know, and I just want to make this clear. I do not, like, I used to do diss raps when I was younger, right? When I did diss raps, if I had a problem with you, I would only target you. I wouldn't target your family. I wouldn't target anybody associated with you. I would target you. Because I feel that that's really scummy for both of them to go after their family, go after the other's family like that. Both of them. Both Kendrick and Drake. And you guys know how much I love Kendrick Lamar, but I'm going to call them out for both because it wouldn't be fair. Right? And you guys know how much I love Drake too, right? Like, especially when Drake makes good music. But, so Meet the Grams drops, and I'm like, and he's like, Dear Adonis. And I go, oh shit, we're going there. And then you hear this, like, I call Meet the Grams like a fucked up therapy session, right? Where he's like, and then we get to the second verse. The second verse is going at Drake's mom, well, addressing directly to Drake's mom. And I'm like, oh shit, Drake's gonna be pissed. And then, the third verse. The third fucking verse. Sorry for the F-bomb. The third effing verse. I'm like, oh shit. Because, and I don't know if any of this stuff is real. But then he goes, baby girl. And I'm like, oh shit, does Drake have another kid that he didn't tell us about? And then he's like, and then as the verse continues, I pause the song right away. And I'm like, I can't contain myself. And I'm like, I text my friend Evan LeBlanc, who you guys have seen on this channel, and I'm like, sorry bro, I know we said we were gonna talk on the day you get back from Vancouver, but I'm like, bruh, Kendrick just dropped a nuclear bomb on Drake. I think those were my exact words. And then, yeah. So, and Meet the Grams, in my opinion, we'll get to tomorrow's song, because tomorrow's song, you guys know, is one of my favorite songs of the year of last year, and probably one of my favorite Kendrick Lamar songs. But this song was probably the best diss song, if I had to say so myself, because he took it where Drake took it, but he took it even further than Drake, right? And we were all, like, everybody with bated breath was like, oh shit, what's Drake gonna do? Right? Because the thing that Kendrick did right here is, after Family Matters, Kendrick was like, boom, here's another record on your head top, right? And So he basically stomped on Drake's Family Matters record, which again I just said was a good record, right? My only complaint with that record is he continues to go at everybody when he should have just gone at Kendrick, right? And Meet the Grams was I want to say 6 minute record, and it was all focused on Drake and Drake's family, and I'm like, oh shit. I'm sure Drake doesn't. I'm sure Drake wouldn't want to go at Kendrick's family anymore, right? And so that happens. I listened to the song a few times. I text my friend. I pause the song in the middle of a song before I even heard the whole song. I text my friend Evan LeBlanc. I'm like, bruh, Drake just got a nuclear bomb dropped on him by Kendrick, right? And I'm talking, right? And I'm like, I'm like, I'm like, what else? Kendrick won. Kendrick won. And yeah. And then I'm like, oh shoot, today's gonna be a really late night, right? Cause I tried to, every time that I would hear a song, like from this battle, and it was one of my favorite times as a YouTuber, cause I wouldn't know what was coming next, right? So I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta stay up, but again, I had Orthodox Easter, so I'm like, I gotta go to bed. I'll do the video in the morning before before the party starts, right? And I'm like, okay, I'll do that. So I go to bed. I wake up, and this is before I see Not Like Us, which I'll finish the story tomorrow. But this is before I see Not Like Us. I do the video on Meet the Grams, and and this is how I'll end it. I look down at my phone, and I'm like, nah, bruh. Kendrick just didn't go free back to back on Drake. bruh. And I looked down at my phone, and this is before we all knew, like, Not Like Us would be our favorite song of the year. At least it's my favorite song. It's my favorite song, and it's my best friend Devin's favorite song of 2024. So, and yes, I want Kendrick Lamar to do all of the diss songs at the Grand National Tour. And please, if you guys have seen it, seen the tour, please do not spoil the tour, because I don't go until June 13th. I have a month to go until I see King Kendrick and SZA and Mustard. Shout out to Mustard and Kendrick and SZA. But I cannot wait for this show, bro. Like, I bought my tickets for this in February, like before the Super Bowl. I bought it the week before the Super Bowl, right? So, yeah. I'm very, 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 very excited to go to Kendrick, right? But yeah. So, again, I do a video for you guys, and then, yeah. And then we'll get to the rest of the story tomorrow, because it's the anniversary of Not Like Us. And, yeah. So, those are my thoughts on 616 in LA. 616 in LA. Family Matters. And Meet the Grams. So, I hope y'all enjoy this video and this walk down memory lane. And stay tuned for tomorrow, because again, tomorrow is the anniversary of Not Like Us. And yeah, so I will be doing a video on that as well. And probably even the Heart Part 6. And yeah, so thank y'all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. And what do you think of the songs, all 3 of these songs, 1 year later? And yeah, thank you so much for all your support, and I hope you have a great day.